is Valley News Live at 4.
We begin this afternoon with breaking news just into our newsroom. A man is behind bars after a stabbing at a hotel in South Fargo. Fargo police have arrested 75-year-old James Bogart for aggravated domestic assault. That call came in just before noon. Officers found a woman with multiple stab wounds in the lobby of the Wingate Hotel. She was taken to the hospital but is expected to be okay. We're continuing to follow another shots fired incident in Moorhead today. Police are on the lookout for a suspect after a woman says he shot at her house early this morning. Police say the suspect is a black male between 5'6" and 6 feet tall, wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt at the time. Stick with Valley News Live as we continue to follow this developing story. This isn't the only shooting currently under investigation in Moorhead. We're continuing to follow for you the shots fired call that happened near an apartment complex in the 2400 block of 4th Avenue North on Sunday. The Bureau of Criminal Apprehension has taken over that investigation. Police tell us an officer was investigating a suspicious person when a foot chase started and shots were fired. The only thing police have said is that they have a suspect in custody. They're referring all other questions to the BCA, who aren't releasing information yet. The trial continues for the man involved in a shootout that left a Grand Forks police officer dead. Today began with testimony from the North Dakota BCI agents in Fargo who got word of that shooting and raced up to Grand Forks. They went over the crime scene, showing the apartment hallways littered with bullet holes. Stick with Valley News Live as we continue to bring you the latest from the trial. Now here's Hutch with a first look at your forecast. Hutch?
Here we go. Sorry about that. We do have some clear skies finally here across the valley as we head into our afternoon, and temperatures remain comfortably cool heading into that afternoon. 70 degrees here in Fargo. It's much warmer down to the south. It looks quiet for our entire evening. And in fact, if the ice cream truck stops by your neighborhood, take your time. You're not going to see that melt. Temperatures very comfortable, and later this evening after sunset, we'll be slipping into the 60s. The wind will be light, and we have a lot less of that smoke to go around. Now, as we go into the day tomorrow, Stacy, I'll detail a chance of showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. I'll show you who has the best chance of getting much needed moisture here in a moment.
All right, thanks, Hutch. An animal rescue is asking Moorhead residents to be on the lookout for 60 domestic rabbits on the loose. Critter Crazy Reptile and Exotic Rescue posted on Facebook saying the rabbits escaped from a home through a hole in the fence. Animal Control is now working with the homeowner to fix that fence so more rabbits don't get out. If you find one of these rabbits in your yard, you can message Critter Crazy on their Facebook page or call them 701-730-8005. Meanwhile, Homeward Animal Shelter so overcrowded they're having to stack crates of dogs and cats on top of each other and in hallways just to make room. We'll tell you about their desperate search for more foster homes tonight at 5. North Dakota's cross-border vaccination initiative has reached a major milestone. The state has helped more than 2,500 truck drivers from Manitoba get vaccinated against COVID-19. Canada struggled early on in their vaccination rollout, but now about 40% of the country is fully vaccinated. Manitoba truck drivers can still get their shot at 2 locations in North Dakota. The site in Pembina is open on weekends from 10 to 6. The Drayton site is open Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 10 to 6. If you're looking for places in the area to get the vaccine, use our VNL vaccine tracker. That's on the homepage of our website, or you can open your phone camera and point it at the QR code on your screen and tap the link that pops up. Search crews have recovered more bodies at the site of the collapsed condo building in South Florida. The news comes as the search for victims reaches its 14th day. No one has been rescued from the site since the first hours after the building collapsed on June 24th. 94 people are still unaccounted for. Miami-Dade County's Mayor Daniela Levine Cava breaking down as she translates some of her remarks into Spanish during a briefing this morning after sharing news of additional victims.
Every single victim uncovered is somebody's child, somebody's mother, somebody's teacher, somebody's colleague, a classmate, a best friend. Our hearts break for those who are mourning and for those who are waiting and waiting.
The cause of that collapse is still under investigation. Haiti's prime minister has declared a state of emergency for the Caribbean country after its president was assassinated early this morning. The assassination coincided with a wave of gang violence in the capital. Armed groups have battled with police and one another for control of the streets. The president was killed by unidentified attackers in his home. His wife was also shot and wounded. President Biden was asked about the situation as he departed the White House today for Illinois.
What's your reaction, Mr. President, to the Haitian president being assassinated?
We need a lot more information, but it's very worrisome about the state of Haiti.
Does the U.S. have a role in seeking justice here?
Haiti's prime minister called for calm and assured Haitians that, quote, the situation is under control. Former President Donald Trump announced today he's suing big tech companies, including Facebook, Google, and Twitter. Speaking from his golf club in New Jersey, Trump says he's leading the class action lawsuit against the social media giants because of bans imposed on him and other conservatives. He said the suspension of his social media accounts amounts to an infringement on the First Amendment rights. Representatives for Facebook, Google, and Twitter haven't commented. Former President Jimmy Carter and his wife are celebrating a milestone today, their 75th wedding anniversary. The Carters are the longest married presidential couple in American history. At age 96, Carter, the 39th president, is also the longest living of the men who have served as commander-in-chief. The Carters started dating in 1945 after his younger sister set the two up on a date. They have 4 children and continue to work side by side in their Habitat for Humanity projects. They're marking today's occasion with a big party in their hometown of Plains, Georgia. If you want to see Valley News Team's Brian Sherrod on water skis, stick around. We'll show you what he's up to and how you can join him right after the break.
Well, a little cool this morning for water skiing. We have 40s near the international border, mid-50s here across the valley and lakes country. Temperatures this afternoon peaked near 70 degrees. It's been comfortable. There's rain in the forecast. I'll have hour-by-hour details. Join me. Weather is next.